So say hi, I'm Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron.
I failed at this miserably the first time.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Erin Davey.
And I'm Matt Cavanaugh, and you're watching
That's Kentertainment.
Oh. That's why you get the Broadway show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hi, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, excuse me. You're probably wondering why I'm sounding like Thelma from The Simpsons. Or why I look like I just got out of bed. That's because I just did. But, see, I'm feeling just a little under the weather today. Oh, pardon me as I get my vitamin C libation. Oh, yeah, that's right. You see, I may be under the weather, but there's just so much going on that I couldn't leave you, the fans, alone this week. You know, what with the Hairspray movie opening and what? Oh, Great Gardens closing. Oh, yeah, I know. So, ladies and gentlemen, you may take the girl out of the Ken, but you'll never take the Ken out of the girl. So we here at That's Kentertainment are still going to bring you the best That's Kentertainment we know how. Sorry. You can't stop my TV show as it plunges down the drain. You could try to stop my singing girl, but I still got to entertain. And if you try to stop my dancing feet, I'll still dance like I am lame. Yeah. And my head keeps spinning round and round, and my throat's barely eking out a single sound. I was lost till you turned me on, so now I'll say, hey, I can what I can. Do the magic doll. Oh.
After I'm gone, when the ocean's haze blankets the grounds in gray, drift away on the tide, drift away. When you're alone and the twilight's glow shimmers across the bay, drift away on a wing, drift away. Our tete-a-tete, midnight duets, our breakfast tea and toast. Funny how things that mean the least are what we miss the most.
Okay, well, here we are today to talk about everyone's favorite musical, Grease 2.
And move aside, 'cause I'm gonna ride with a Goo Rider.
We saw these ladders back here. You said it's like your favorite musical. What are you talking about?
Just imagine, I'm one of 7, and just imagine like 7 or maybe 6. I don't know if my older. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a lot of kids sitting around watching, we're going to score tonight. What was the other one? Let's do it for our country. The red, white, and the blue.
Yeah, it also came on television a lot, which helped. So I just, whatever happened to be on television,
I think it's far superior to the original, definitely.
Who could forget Reproduction?
Reproduction.
That was a great
A flower's insatiable passion turns its life into a circus of debauchery.
A flower's insatiable passion turns its life into a circus of debauchery.
Come on, it's one of the best lines ever.
Yeah.
Got me an A.
Pollen go.
Put your pollen tube to work.
I love it all.
Well, another musical that begins with the letter G. Grey Gardens. Anything like any pressure to try to do it sort of the way it had already been done in the off-Broadway, or is this they just said roll with it, or how did you come up with that?
No pressure at all. They were really wonderful, and they said, we want you to create this. We want you to bring everything all your creativity to it, and bring whatever you want. And they basically said, we want this to come from you. So no pressure to recreate anything previously. But although it is, I think a lot of it is still the same. Albeit still different.
We stick together like a cushion and pins. Birds of a feather, I'd say Siamese twins. Ever aftering where we will build a cozy retreat, which no nosy neighbors can see from the street. What need we, Manhattan? Just us and a cat in a cottage on Cape Cod for two, please, 2 peas in a pod.
Also, you having to reimagine or imagine what Little Edie, we only know from the 70s movie, what she would be like.
Right. I always say that my young Little Edie is probably not very different from old Little Edie. Like, if you watch the movies, many people do, Edie is very young and girlish and flirtatious, and I feel like it really wasn't that difficult of a transgression to imagine what she was like when she was younger, because I kind of feel like she kind of did act like a young girl, even when she was older.
This is the best thing to wear for the day, you understand? Yeah. Because I don't like women in skirts, and the best thing is to wear pantyhose or some pants under a short skirt, I think. Then you have the pants under the skirt, and then you can pull the stockings up over the pants underneath the skirt. Mm-hmm. And you can always take off the skirt and use it as a cape. So I think this is the best costume for the day.
Okay.
I have to think these things up.
Oh, I think she was always a sensitive, creative person, and I'm sure that life's circumstances added to what she ended up becoming. But definitely there were seeds in the beginning that I do try to plant so that it's a smoother transition into the second act, and that I am believable as a younger version of Christine's Little Edie.
Outrageous, and the voice is so perfect in that, which we love. So you're so good. Okay, and now moving on to another great person here, Matt. Now you get to be Joe Kennedy here, and then of course you get Jerry in the second act. So now pretty much you pretty much had the same part, but new song, right, in the first act?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had the addition of a great actress here. No, but I'm serious. But also, the first sort of 20 minutes or so was sort of rewritten in a sense, so it I think more clearly defined Joe and Edie's relationship.
As our love's embraces fill up the basin.
Oh, slow down, not yet. With your Colgate grin, Dick Tracy chin, that Hollywood film star sheen.
Kid, we're going places the nation's never seen.
And I think it definitely helps, the arc of the story. She was in such an unenviable position, too, because she only had really 2.5 weeks of rehearsal before we went into the theater and started at Tech. Because since the show had already been done before, there wasn't normally a show has 4 weeks of rehearsal and then perhaps, a couple weeks of this, and she was, talk about under the gun. And, she's done a remarkable job and continues to.
Unfortunately, I did have to, a lot of my performance, there was still a lot of growing going on within the previews and even after opening.
Well, one thing that's also great about Erin, and, I still see this, she's very attentive and, she's off stage watching Christine or whatnot, just trying to pick up just a little flavor, just a little something that she might try and throw into the first act or whatnot. She's great like that.
New worlds are great beyond the garden gate. a good, son, I got blood. We're gonna be A-okay. 'Cause the place we're going all the way. We're going all the way. We're going all the way. We're going all the way.
It's also wonderful to watch those two, those two women anyway.
Sure.
I have an enviable job of getting to watch Christine every night.
Yeah, that's very true.
Please, Paul,
Very true.
please.
Envy. There's lots of envy going around.
Yes.
Okay.
I came down here to take care of my dying mother.
I never asked you. I never begged.
And then she pulled a fast one on me. She kept right on breathing. She kept right on walking around.
I'm here,
Talking
Edie.
too.
I'm in the
Did
room.
you hear that? I could have sworn I just heard her voice.
Nothing good ever happened to you in New York.
Are you kidding? I was discovered by that producer fellow.
People discover me every time I leave the house. I don't think anything of it.
Mr. Max Gordon, you've heard of him, haven't you? He discovered Judy Holliday, and he said I was much funnier.
Well, you haven't been funny today, boy. You're lacking in humor.
He said I was a stitch.
It's a good thing you had a place to come home to recuperate at Mama's for 15, 20 years.
For one, I believe it's a story that, while it certainly does have eccentric characters or whatnot, it's universal in tone, and that it's a real, mother-daughter story. And, we have so many people, in the line, going through the line here with the CD sign and say, oh, I've seen it 3 times now, I've seen it 5 times, or this and that.
And they always say that they pick up new things every time they see it. They always come back with a completely new idea or have seen something completely different that they didn't see before. And people are so moved when they come out of there, and they come out and they say, I had no idea. I don't think people realize how moving and how good of a show it is. And so they always seem to be shocked.
The lives of those 2 ladies and the source material, and also, Doug and Scott and Michael Corey and Michael Greif. I mean, they've definitely, layered this show, so there's so much stuff to take away from it, with multiple viewings. Yeah. And it also helps that it doesn't get... I'm not sick of it yet. Are you sick of it?
No, absolutely
But I mean,
not.
sometimes you do a show, it's like, all right, I'm over this. Whatever. Let's, you're just collecting a paycheck. But, there's so much stuff to...
Yeah, I'm still picking up new things and learning. So
it's great.
It's really wonderful.
It's great like that.
Rich material helps. Yeah,
It
good
certainly
stuff.
does.
When
Hairspray Garden.
You say in your book that you love to sing.
I do love to sing.
But that some people either, and this is true, you said this is true, people either hate your voice
They do.
or they love it.
There's no in between. They don't say she's okay, or they say she's horrible, or she's great. But that's what they think about me.
Well, I think everyone here loves you and your voice.
Oh, Lord.
Destiny, can we hear a little bit of that song, please? It's called Disco Jesus.
Somebody told me about that song. Gary Paxton song.
Don't dance, we don't have a cabaret license.
Taking me higher and higher. Higher and higher. He keeps on taking me higher and higher. Higher and higher.
Gorgeous. You're amazing.
When I stumble, he gives me a shout. Cause he keeps on taking me higher and higher. Higher and higher. He keeps on lifting me higher and higher. Higher and higher. Woo! Woo! He's lifting me higher and higher. He keeps gonna lifting me higher and higher. That's not the word.
Go like this, Tanya. That's right.
Oh, Jesus, he's gonna lift me higher. Higher and higher. He keeps gonna take me higher and higher.
What this originally was when they first found it, it was the Campbell Soup Porky Pig doll, and Jim Baker and her put like a wig on it and eyelashes, which is kind of fierce. But she says different things like, God's on your side, you can make it, I know. God loves you, he really, really does. Jesus takes a frown and turns it upside down.
He's gonna take me higher and higher. Higher and higher. Taking me higher and higher.
Tammy Faye.
I gotta tell you a funny story. At Heritage USA, they did the Passion play, and of course the characters got ready inside Heritage and then went out to the big huge amphitheater. And one day I was walking around the corner and ran smack dab into Jesus. It shocked me so bad, you guys, I started to cry. Because it was like I was really meeting this Jesus who I really, really love. He's my friend.
Yes.
All
of our friends.
And listen, you can laugh, but he will be your friend.
That's right.
He's my best friend in the whole world. He's real to me. And running into him, you know, out of the clear blue sky like that was unbelievable. And one of these days he's coming back.
And you thought it was the second coming.
A big surprise.
Never taken from the box a Susie Moppet doll from the PTL Heritage USA. Tammy, you know what I did today for the first time?
What?
This is from 1985. I took her out.
Does she still sing?
I put a battery in her, and it's Tammy's voice. You want to hear it?
Do you remember recording this voice for this song?
Oh, yes, I do.
Susan.
And turns it upside down, and oops, there comes fire.
I just really want to say I love you so much and thank you for coming to see us tonight. You're such a good woman. God bless you.
A very special connection with the gay community.
Yeah, I love the gay community.
And they love you. We do.
It was so good to me when I was going through the worst part of my life. I was hurting so bad, and it was the gay community that found me and cared about me, and I'll always love you for that. Don't want me to start that.
Oh, vitamin C. Hey, everybody. You know, there's that new Hairspray movie out. Now, remember, this was the John Waters film that then became a Broadway musical, that then became a movie musical. So it was a movie musical and then the Broadway. It all makes sense somehow. And look, a button. Anyway, let's take a look at some exciting clips from this Hairspray movie and things all about it. Isn't that exciting, ladies and gentlemen? Woo! Do the magic door. Look at that. I didn't even wait for my close-up. I must be sick.
The casting process for Hairspray was unusually long. It devoted the first several months to a nationwide, city-by-city search for the central character, Tracy. It happens occasionally that people throw the doors open to find an unknown for the starring role.
I had read on the internet that New Line Cinema was making a new Hairspray movie. They videotaped me singing some of the songs and some of the scenes from the Broadway show. Oh, Mama, welcome to the 60s. Oh, 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 oh. And they sent it to the casting directors, and the casting director said, well, we'll be in New York. Could you meet us? And I went in for an audition.
We saw hundreds and hundreds of girls. 12 at a time, we will bring you upstairs. I wanted somebody who was age specific, 17 or 18, and I wanted her to be very pretty. I wanted somebody who could really sing and who could really move, and somebody who enjoyed their body and felt sexy. Once a week, I was going back and looking at that audition of Nikki.
Good morning, Baltimore. Handsome day when I take to the floor.
He sort of immediately had an instinct about her.
A couple of weeks later, they called and they said, you have a screen test. And I was like, oh my God, okay. They put me in full Tracy hair, makeup, and costume. I was never screen tested before. It's my first time, so I was geared up to go. I am so ready. I'm ready to go. I looked at myself after hair and makeup and I went, oh my God, this is what I'm meant to look like. I look like Tracy Dornblatt, and I love it. Ever since this whole world began, a woman found out if she shook it, she could shake up a man.
Nikki showed up on that soundstage as though she were born on a Hollywood soundstage. It was as natural as though it were a second skin for her.
No inhibitions. I was not hiding anything anymore. It was, this is me, and this is what I got, and I hope you like it. I went in there and I just put myself on the table.
Our First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy wraps her hair.
I called the producers and the studio, actually, and I said, I think it's going to be this girl.
Dancing on the show is my dream.
And she works in an ice cream parlor. And Nikki was told that we were doing a behind the scenes in the making of Hairspray where we were following the final four girls, and could we come to where she worked and shoot for the DVD.
I said, okay, come to Cold Stone, it's an ice cream store, but okay. It was cameras everywhere and microphones, and I was like, this is interesting.
And her family was there, but none of them had any idea that we were even close to a decision.
What we wanted to do was to surprise her. I taped a message to her that I acted like it was a general message to all the different girls, thanking them for their patience, knowing how hard it must have been to go through the audition process. They sat her down and said, here's a message from the director.
Hey, Nikki, I think that you should probably, make yourself a big ice cream cone because it's you, honey. You got the part.
I literally could not control myself.
she'd never done anything professional, and now her backup cast was John Travolta and Queen Latifah and Michelle Pfeiffer, James Marsden and Christopher Walken. It was pretty emotional.
It was really like the longest shot that we'd ever find her.
It was just magic. It was magic for her. It was magic for us.
Nikki is the Tracy for this movie.
I'm crying, but I'm standing here today because I followed my dreams, and my dreams came true. I'm Tracy.
So you got to do it from here first, and then you have to show that Tammy actually signed this. This is from Heritage USA Christian Theme Park, which is gorgeous.
Please go on, please.
Envy. There's lots of envy going around.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, I envy that you two like Grease 2 so much, too. And seriously, when's that going to be on Broadway? We got Xanadu. I mean, why not Grease 2?
No, right? Grease 2 could totally happen.
I think it could.
I definitely think it could.
Hi.
World.
What's up? We love Tammy Faye. He took his hand out of the puppet's ass to come see Tammy Faye.
That's our job.
Once and for all.
You know, we've had helicopters. Why not a bowling alley on stage, right?
Well, it's got to happen. It's got to happen very soon. How do you do like the when he shows up in the who's that guy? Who's that guy when he's on the motorcycle? That could be John.
I don't know. I wouldn't mess with perfection. It already exists.